Hello Chelsea fans, Chels Daft here, and I'm back after a day yesterday of I'll be honest with you, I was completely melting yesterday. It was so hot here. I work full time, so I try and do these videos after I finish work or before work, or I record them in my lunch break and then try and edit them quickly after I finish. And it got to a point where I finished my work yesterday and it was so hot, I just had to go and get in the paddling pool. So apologies. But the thing is, the transfer situation and the rumours will never go away. And there's been plenty in the last 48 hours. And there's three in particular I want to focus on in this video. You've seen the subject, you've seen the title of the video. Let's get cracking. So the three people I want to talk about is Kai Havertz, Declan Rice and Toni Rudiger. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video we cover all of it. So first up, Kai Havertz. And let's be honest, every single Chelsea fan that's got social media, that sees all the comments and all the speculation and reads it in the papers and sees it constantly on a daily basis for what seems like an eternity at the minute, watched Leverkusen go out the other night in the Europa League and expected something to happen yesterday. Didn't happen. We expected an announcement to be made. It didn't happen. We were expecting news today, even on Kai Havertz. Didn't happen as far as Chelsea are concerned. And I have to reiterate the point that was made by Rudi Völler from Leverkusen the other day. And he said they are not going to sell Kai Havertz under COVID-19 discounted rates because of the financial implications that COVID's had on the whole football community globally. People can't afford to pay massive amount of money. We know Chelsea are different because Chelsea have got that money from where they haven't spent it with a transfer ban and money they've got that's come in and potentially more coming in with selling players. But they're not going to sell Havertz on the cheap. Now, they're looking for 90 million for Kai Havertz. And I'm sure somewhere upstairs at Chelsea is saying, I'm not so sure about that. Is he worth 90 million? Should we go and spend that amount of money on one player where we could buy two defenders for that? And I think that's a conversation that has been had at Stamford Bridge. And I'm sure that Frank Lampard has come out and said, this guy is the future. I really want him. We've got to sign him. But it looks as though Chelsea have sort of are trying to lowball Leverkusen by trying to get them to accept a deal of maybe 60 million with then future add-ons involved or future fees involved maybe. And it looks as though Leverkusen are not having it. They're not buying it. They're not having it at all. They want to hold on to their prized asset. And we've seen him play in these couple of weeks. He's an outstanding player. His vision is great. His passing ability is great. Technical ability is great. Don't do a lot going backwards, defending, but his use of the ball and his impact in games going forward is outstanding. Now, if that's something that we can accept and we'll be happy with, that he can't defend, then that's fine. But what the big news today about Kai Havertz is that Man United are reportedly back in for him. Having left it before, said they can't afford him because they were going after Jadon Sancho, it looks as though United missed the deadline for Sancho. Because they missed the deadline for Sancho, he's now back at Dortmund, pre-season training. He's due to play a friendly tonight for Dortmund, alongside Jude Bellingham, who they just signed from Birmingham. And as far as Dortmund are concerned, he's going nowhere. So it looks as though, according to the reports on social media and in the press, that Man United have turned their attention to Kai Havertz. Someone that can bolster their options in midfield. Now, let's just take our Chelsea hats off. Have a look at Man United from the outside. It pains me to do it, but we have to do it. Have a look at Man United under Solskjaer last season. Not the season just gone. Season before that. Look at them this season. And you can see there's a marked improvement. He's got rid of the so-called bad apples. He's got rid of the negativity in the changing room. And he's taken United forward. And that's without any question or doubt. Will Kai Havertz see that as an opportunity to go and be part of Solskjaer's project? Or, as per the reports that we're reading, is he still set on being a part of Frank Lampard's project at Chelsea? Now, remember, Solskjaer's been at United for 2 seasons. Lampard's only been at Chelsea for one. All these people that post comments up, Lampard out, whatever, he's not gonna succeed. You have to realise it's a process. We're 1 year into it. Liverpool, City are 3, 4, 5 years down the line with a squad now where they just need 1 or 2 players per season. Chelsea needs 6 or 7 at the moment, and that's the difference. And it's important that you guys remember that, and all the people that are negative remember that as well. Will Havertz, if he's given the option to United, will he be sold on Solskjaer's project or Lampard's project? And I will say this though. If Lampard had gone to Chelsea and said, I really want him, he's my number one target, do you not think Chelsea would go out and go, there's your 80 million? They want 90. You think Chelsea would go out even 75 or 80 and go, there's your money, take that? And could Leverkusen even be in a position where they can refuse that amount of money? At the minute, we're hearing reports 60 million. I see some reports somewhere which I now can't find that 75 million was agreed, but I can't see that anywhere else. So you have to take that with a pinch of salt for the time being. But again, you have to imagine that Chelsea would have gone straight to Leverkusen and said, there you go, you want 90, there's 75, there's 80. Can you turn that down? And I'm sure they wouldn't be able to. So that hasn't happened for one reason or another. We have to wait and see what's going to happen. We expected Leverkusen and Chelsea to announce Havertz yesterday and today. Nothing's happened. So we just need to sit tight and hope, as I said, that he's not wanting to be part of Solskjaer's project rather than Chelsea's. Now let's move on to Declan Rice. And I was surprised yesterday. I know we're being linked with him, and I know there's reports and speculation, but we see it all the time. I was surprised to see in the media that Chelsea had offered, bang, first bid, 50 million for Declan Rice to West Ham. Knowing what we did the other day, reports again that West Ham have got to sell before they can buy. And you have to imagine it would be their prized asset going, so they can bring in 2 players for 1. It would be difficult for West Ham, you'd have to believe, to turn that down. Since then, today, West Ham have come out and said, no, there was no bid. And even if there was a bid, we'll turn it straight down because we haven't got to or want to sell Declan Rice. And looking at reports, looking at some stories going around the media at the moment, it's believed that West Ham will do a deal for a fee somewhere in between 70 to 85 million. And that's an incredible amount of money. Is Declan Rice worth that amount of money? And again, there are other reports saying that upstairs at Chelsea, they're not all sold on Declan Rice. Lampard is. He's asked Chelsea to make him his number one centre-back target for this summer. Possibly John Stones as well, but Declan Rice, and he wants him. So it's going to be interesting to see if West Ham can afford to turn down maybe 60 million from Chelsea. But they're going to dig their heels in. They're saying they haven't got to spend, they haven't got to sell at the moment. And I wonder what's going to happen. Because they've denied there's a bid being made. There's definite interest and the clubs are talking. According to Fabrizio Romano, they are talking, but at the moment there's no official bid, despite reports that 50 million was made. So one thing I'll say about Declan Rice, he's got experience playing as a centre-half in the Premier League, as a midfielder in the Premier League. He's also been captain of West Ham. He's a natural-born leader. He's vocal. He's physical. He's got good use of the ball. And let's face it, we've seen him on a holiday with Mason Mount, with Tammy Abraham, Pulisic, Tomori, also Jeremy Boga's out in Mykonos as well. But having his picture taken with Didier Drogba. And obviously with Mason Mount, they're best mates. If Declan Rice was given a chance to come back to Chelsea, you'd have to believe that he'd want to. He'd want to come back to play with players he grew up with. He'd want to come back and be part of an exciting project that Frank Lampard has got at the moment with Chelsea, playing with players that he knows. So you'd have to feel as though he'd want to come. So will Chelsea now go out and go maybe 60? There's 60 million for Declan Rice. And if you think of Havertz, 75, 80, Declan Rice 60, you're looking at 140 million already for 2 players. And we still need a left back. We still would need possibly somebody in the attacking area, maybe a winger. Not sure. But I just wonder what's going to happen with Declan Rice, if he's going to be at Chelsea or if he'll be at West Ham next year. And finally on this video today, I wanted to talk about a surprising story that's sort of grown legs today, and that's Toni Rudiger. Now, according to various sources and featured across social media and in the media itself, Frank Lampard has sanctioned a move for Toni Rudiger for Chelsea to sell him for around 35 million. Now, we signed him 31 million back in 2017. And if you look at the contribution he's made since then, it's been okay. And that's quite surprising when you say that. He's been okay. Hasn't been outstanding, hasn't been bad. Been sort of okay, sort of mediocre. And that sort of speaks volumes. And he's somebody that's very, very erratic for me. Really erratic. He's someone that doesn't really have a calm head. He sort of always plays on the edge for me. Whenever there's a little bit of drama on the pitch, he's first there wanting to get involved or trying to cause it himself. Sometimes when he tackles, he's got no malice in what he's trying to do, but he takes off the floor and it looks bad even though it isn't. And it's just something that just doesn't seem quite right. And I said it in my video the other day. The fact that we went across to Germany to face Bayern and he was put in front of the cameras to do the press conference over there, talking of the importance of the game and they got to be confident in trying to turn it round, to then not even play or come on speaks volumes. So it looks as though he's out the door, and Liverpool want him. Now, they've sold the self-proclaimed one of the best defenders in the world, Dejan Lovren, who went for 10 million, which speaks volumes, but he left Liverpool, so they want someone to come in as cover or to fight with what they've already got, the likes of Matip, Gomez and Dick Van Dijk. And they're looking at Rudiger as that option. Would you be happy with Chelsea selling Rudiger to Liverpool? It's a story that's probably going to grow legs the next couple of days, but it's just quite interesting really, because if you think about it, as we said before, start of the season, back last August, when you looked at that Chelsea squad, you would have said the first two names at centre-half in his first team would be Christensen and Rudiger. And for me, it's now switched completely. It's now Zuma and Tomori for me. And I think Rudiger going is a massive sign. If he does go in the next couple of days, it's confirmed he's leaving, that's a massive, massive sign from Frank and from Chelsea that maybe Declan Rice will be on his way. They can sell Rudiger for 35 million, pay the extra 25 and give West Ham 60 for Declan Rice, or even 70, pay 35 million for Rice based on the 35 they'll get from Rudiger. I think that's something that West Ham might accept and be a good deal for us. So I just wanted to just focus on these three stories today, people. Havertz, and nothing happening at the moment. United are in for him. Post your comments on Havertz below. Declan Rice and the reported bid that's been rejected or dismissed by West Ham, saying there's been no bid and we wouldn't sell him anyway. But if Chelsea bid higher, will we get him? Post your comment section below. And Toni Rudiger. Those three stories is what I'm focusing on today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'm making some sense and I'm connecting with you, or you feel like you sort of get where I'm coming from. If you do, smash that like button for me, then subscribe to my channel, but make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss when my videos come out. Also, as I said, post your comments in the comment section below. Have a great Wednesday evening. The Champions League's on this evening. We expect PSG to win, and I'll see you all tomorrow.